Yo, 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 yo. Hey. Beef. Number original. Original. This
Yeah.
is the podcast. This is the podcast. Yo. Welcome, everybody, to the Baseball Hippie Show. I'm your host, the Baseball Hippie. Got a special guest, round 2 of our discussion tonight in the near daily quarantine hour. Williman.
Cheers. Thanks for having me. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being on. And
Thanks
of
for
course,
coming. Thanks for joining
the
us.
right hand man, the tech legend, the sideshow, the straight engineer, and second MC co-host, Brown Bear. How are you doing, man?
Doing good, man. How you doing? How you guys?
Man, I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
Locked in.
Yeah, I bought some clothes over the weekend.
I can see that.
It's a drip, dude.
We gotta know Tani.
Otani. Oh, damn. I didn't see the name.
Is that like the World Baseball Classic edition?
I think so. It costs $25 on Amazon. How about that?
$25?
Yeah, it's
That's
stitched too.
That's sick.
Yeah, but check. I want to do a special shout out to the Everett Aqua Sox. They're a Mariners affiliate, but also I wanted to show everybody my Aqua Socks that I've had for 3 years that have gotten much use. So shout out. I call them water shoes, but I call them Aqua Socks. So one more time.
Aqua
Shout
Sox.
That's so
Shout
good.
out.
This is the Baseball Hippie Show. It's a show about baseball, psychedelia, and denuclearization. And I think that would fall into the second category or the B category, however you look at it. Or you could give it any name. They don't have to be numbered or ordered.
It's the F category for frog. Sorry, that's so stupid.
Man, it's good to talk. I watched over our first episode. We had a first part of our conversation, and we just let it roll. We just went. It's really what the near quarantine was supposed to be about. And as we kind of end these near quarantines and start what probably next Friday will be our, somewhere in that vicinity, we're gonna have our first show back. I think it's episode 4. So we've got like 16 quarantine, episode 15 quarantine, and then we're going to get back to some baseball stuff, which is exciting, and nerve-wracking, I think is fair to say. But we're excited for baseball and basketball. Willie, man, I know you're a big basketball fan, man. Would you call it excitement? I don't know if I call it excitement. It's just it's excitement.
It's a
If you're a
split.
Portland Trailblazers fan, you're probably excited.
Oh, it's so weird because it's a whole range of emotions. Like, a friend of mine who's he's 2 years younger than me. He's 34 on Facebook. He had COVID symptoms in March, and he couldn't get tested. The tests weren't even available when he got it, so he by the time the test became available, 3 or 4 days after he was sick, he tested negative. So they're like, oh, we don't know that you had it or whatever, but it was obviously COVID. He had the telltale symptoms or whatever. And then just last week, he had a heart attack. He's alive. He's okay. But I think about this with Rudy Gobert and all these dudes in the NBA who are going to start playing. And they don't know what the fuck they're doing. No one knows what's actually happened to their bodies because we don't know. No one knows. And I'm you're putting yourself at risk. I mean, to a certain extent. And from what I've heard, the sort of mystery effects of COVID, the strokes, the heart attacks, the long-term shit that pops up every once in a while, it is rare, but it's enough to be he's one of like 4 people I know who's gotten COVID, and this happened to him. So I'm like, all right, like, and he's young and he's fit. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't in bad health. He's a burner dude, but like he's not like pushing the limits of his body or anything. You know what I mean? He's in good shape. So it's like, I just think about like what it means for basketball, and I'm trying to remind myself of that, because I am getting swept up in the hype of it too. Because I'm like I keep hearing these reports from the Blazers bubble where they're like, yeah, we are fucking locked in. We got Carmelo, who's skinny mellow now. We got like Nurkic back. We got Zach Collins back. Dame is like at an all-time high with his fitness. CJ McCollum's locked in. Like all the dudes are ready. And like, their social media keeps posting all these videos from practice, and they look sick. Like they look like they're ready just to fucking stomp people. And I'm just like, oh shit, Blazers back. Oh my God, what am I gonna do? And now I'm like, I don't want anyone to get hurt, and I really don't want like this to be a catastrophe, and it could be. You know what I mean? It totally could be like the worst thing that ever happens.
Well, in baseball, like Felix Hernandez, beloved Mariners pitcher, who's now going to have his first season on Atlanta, he opted out, and it's kind of disappointing, I think, for Mariners fans. We were trying to see, he had a good spring training too, but as a person, I understand. Now, something changed in me in the last 2 days where it's like, I don't know, man. I get on the elevator, and I'm not trying to be judgy, but people don't have a mask on and stuff. And I think to myself, like, man, maybe the people in the bubble are safer than me, because at least they're getting tested every 2 days. There's like a protocol. Like,
has anybody in NBA tested positive?
Trump world. Just kidding. Yeah. What's up?
Has anybody in the NBA? They have. I mean, since the bubble thing.
Yeah. So like. Well, not since the bubble, but right before it.
Right before it.
They did a bunch of tests like right before it. Like Nikola Jokic tested positive. He was actually in Serbia or wherever, I forget whatever country he's from.
I think that sounds right.
And he had it there.
The Joker.
And they went through crazy protocol to get him back. He's back. His symptoms were mild, I guess, but it's like it's Russian roulette, dude. Like I keep hearing this stuff, and it's like it's not just a respiratory thing. It's like, and I think it's that unknown, that weirdness factor. That's, I think, it makes me want to lock down more personally, and like our family's been doing that, but like I'm trying not to like be preachy or anything, but like. I want people to be safe, you know what I mean? And it's less like, oh man, like, and like I love basketball, I love sports, man. I want these people to be safe. I want them to be like healthy. Like I want sports to continue. Yeah. I'm not like, the Nuggets are my enemies, man. I'm a Blazers fan, but like I want Jokic to be back because I want to see the games at a high level. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. If they could come back and beat Denver after, I feel like last year was pretty dramatic against Denver. If I remember, I don't follow basketball that close, but
it's a seven game series in the Western Conference semifinals,
and that was last year, right?
Yeah.
I remember that. That was wild.
NBA games I've ever seen, where they went to Denver and beat them. Like it might have been game 6.
Oh yeah,
that was good. Portland showed some. I get why people
dope clip on my Instagram of someone with a Blaze the Nugs thing. It was like on KGW or something.
Blaze the Nugs.
Yeah, Blaze the Nugs made it on KGW. Pretty sick.
Will, thanks for giving us your honest opinion, man. Me and Brember have been talking about that for 16 shows now.
You hear Puig tested?
Has been a big theme.
You hear Puig tested positive?
Yeah.
His trade's not going to go through because of it?
Wild Horse is a contender.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll still. It's crazy to me that they wouldn't sign it. I mean, I don't know. I guess if if it is causing heart attacks and doing other things like that, maybe they don't know the long terms. It's wild to think that testing positive for coronavirus would affect your contract, your ability to sign it up.
Yeah, we was going to go to Atlanta on a 1-year contract and tested positive, and they dropped his contract. But there's rumor, from what I hear, he is going to have a job. The Seattle Mariners should get him. Wild horse, one of the best players in the league, in my opinion. He hit a huge homer in the World Series. I think he hit 2. He's a solid speed defensive. I like Puig, man. I think the attitude issues are totally overplayed. I don't know him personally, but if there's like some mistos that he's got an attitude, it's like he's very upfront that he's from Cuba and he didn't have a lot growing up, because he even says his house has gotten robbed a couple times and he's like, I don't care. It's like, like I'm just, he's like, my live a crazy life, from a place where there's not a lot of opportunities. So I give up to Puig all the time. His name's Wild Horse, and I'd love to see him do well. So we're rooting for you here at the Baseball Hippie Show. I can say that. And yeah, I mean, baseball doesn't have a bubble. But I can say I watched a soccer game. I watched a Timbers Galaxy, and there was fake crowd noise, and it was chill, man. The whole game was chill.
I think they're gonna do that for.
There wasn't anything weird about it to me.
I think they're gonna do that for the Mariners, or I know. So you could like send in a video of yourself cheering, and
I heard about this. You could.
And you can yell people's names like, "What up, Willie, man?"
I think it's like a selfie video. I don't know if they're gonna play it. It says it's going to be played on the broadcast, and I don't know if that means it's played like in the stadium, like you're there on the big screen, or if it's just like played on the side of this broadcast on the game. Like, I don't know. You
got to get on there saying whack it.
Well, and then I think for shit, I should send the whack it thing in. For I think $30 you can send a picture of yourself, and they'll put a cardboard cutout of you in the stands.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing that. We are dead. That's free promo. It's free promo. Brown Bear, that's $60. That's us. That's an investment into this show.
All right.
I wonder if there's a restriction about like what the cutout can be, because you could just do something really eye-catching and then just like make sure it's like, like so. Any of the staff people who are like walking through the stands, cleaning it up or whatever, like they'll never forget.
In Australia, I think it was for rugby, people started submitting photos of like famous serial killers and cartoon characters and stuff, and they were like putting them up in the audience. This is like pretty funny.
Arnar.
This is the age we live in now. And we're 16 episodes into the near daily quarantine. And we'll be 16 more in. Are we 15?
I have no idea.
See, we're deep.
It's like 20 after we had to restart last week like 5 times.
Yeah, last week we were having major tech difficulties after taking our month hiatus, our vacation, I guess you could call it. But
YouTube wasn't feeling
it's all good, man. Thursday is when NBA starts, and Friday is baseball. And I'm like, I want this to be documented so we can go back and watch, but I am excited is a weird word. I'm something. And hey man, I'm just like you, I'm watching the games. I'm definitely watching games. And I wouldn't say I suffer from boredom at all. I've really been able to kind of keep myself entertained in some ways, but it's going to be, there is a nice part of the entertainment of sports, and I hate to be, it sounds selfish, but it's like, it's going to bring me joy, and it's going to bring our podcast a lot of content. So it's like, I don't want to disrespect people who are affected by COVID, I think, but I also want people to take joy from our show as we take joy from baseball. That was the whole point of starting the Baseball Hippie show about psychedelic, baseball and denuclearization, which we get into later too. Remember, what do you think, man? We got me and Will's hot takes. Where are you at on all this?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I
You're
was
an
asking.
anti-masker?
Yeah, no mask for me. Yeah, no, I'm definitely masked up. Actually, my mom just mailed me a mask that's sewn in Mariner's fabric.
Oh,
So
you have it?
I'm rocking all black right now. So I wore the. Oh shit! It's right here actually. So yeah,
Oh,
today I
pop
rocked
that on.
the black mask because I was
Yeah.
wearing all black. I had to be matching. But
Okay.
yeah, we got the.
Oh yeah, we're very. Yeah. What?
Nice.
That is baseball hippie approved, man. We are masked. Yeah, but
Shout out, mom.
damn, man.
Ma Dukes.
Yeah.
My dude,
She
shout.
is quite
Special shout out.
She's actually like a killer seamstress.
Mother-
She kills it.
Yeah, that looked like a good one too. The different styles, man.
She always
There's
like
multiples.
I feel like maybe 2 years of my childhood I had a store bought Halloween costume. She rocked that shit.
That's dope.
Hand sewn Jedi robes and shit.
Damn.
Love that.
I'm about to watch the last Star Wars tomorrow night, I think.
The
Maybe tonight.
episode 9.
Yeah, it just the notion hit me where I'm like, dang, I haven't seen the last one. I gotta
I
close
haven't
out
seen
the
it either.
Yeah. Why'd that one go so under the radar, Brown Bear? It was the last one.
Star Wars is just toxic. I feel like did we talk about that last time? I feel like I said that.
Yeah, they went in the wrong direction. Yeah, you were mentioning that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people stopped paying attention to it because of I don't know. It's like the air around it was nasty after episode 8, and then like the Han Solo prequel movie. People were not feeling that shit, and yeah,
Too much at once, I think.
yeah, and also that too. Yeah, just like overload. Like I think it was 2 a year for a while. It was like main movie, like some side story movie. So yeah, I don't know. Burnout.
I watched Mandalorian, or like the first 3 episodes of it. I actually I liked what I saw. I couldn't stick with it. I just was like not. I don't know. But I loved the fact that Werner Herzog had a character in it. That was that was super dope.
Yeah, I think that series is pretty chill if you have a chance to finish it.
I will.
Is it only on Disney?
What's
How
that?
you watch The Mandalorian?
Yeah, Disney
Plus.
Yeah, Disney Plus.
But I will be real with you on the podcast. I hope this doesn't get us canceled on YouTube, but I pirated it.
No.
Pirated it.
No, I'm just kidding. You gonna talk about some bootlegging? We support all the dark art. I mean, not all the dark arts, but there's dark hippie shit that we talk about, man. It's all good. I talk about. I'm playing Raspberry Pi right now. I'm playing International World Soccer Deluxe on SNES, and yeah, I got that via some information web technologies. So if that's what you're saying, man, if you streamed it illegally, man, tell it now, and we'll forever hold you accountable.
Yeah, with the Gestapo in Portland right now.
Oh yeah,
Let's say it right now. I pirated The Mandalorian. Come at me. Come at me.
Coming at you, Will. Yeah, that's wild.
I'm not trying to put you at risk. Yeah.
I'm at risk.
Oh man,
You can't be in Portland and not be at risk.
To that too.
Shit's crazy.
That's blowing up my internet too. Real quick though, Brown Bear, what's the word? What's the verbiage? What's the adjective that describes how you're feeling a week before the baseball season starts? And what a season we're in. Like we're about to endeavor on.
The adjective.
Yeah.
Trepidatiously.
Trepidatiously. Okay, I'll look that up just so we can all be on the same page.
The actual definition of that.
Trepidation means fear, agitation. That's something that may happen. It's also a trembling motion. That's more of an archaic definition. Trepidation.
Okay.
Wow.
That's pretty accurate to how I feel.
You're quite a wordsmith. I was going to say, I think that closes that out. So to go on to that,
but yeah, anyway, I feel
you guys
like
both live in Portland. Yeah.
I was just gonna say I feel like the amount of players that have tested positive before travel and stuff has even started. Like, what happens when these dudes start flying on planes and stuff? Like, there isn't a bubble happening for MLB. They're traveling. I mean, so they're. I think we talked about it when we last were on, but they're doing it by region. So even though it's staying on the West Coast, there's people traveling between Washington and Texas and California and Colorado. Is that it? Any other states?
Texas, Colorado,
In the NL West and AL West? I think that's it. California.
Yeah. Arizona.
Arizona. Yeah, sorry. Arizona. Arizona, Texas, Colorado, California, and Washington. So that's like a pretty wide area for.
And it has Arizona and Texas, which we know are not the best places to be.
Not a friend of the mask.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's funny that the NBA one is in Florida.
I know, that's the dumbest part too. It's like, let's put it in the worst part of the country. I mean,
in Walt
the
Disney
highest
World.
risk part of the country.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Disney's crazy too. I feel like the second day I saw this video of this lady walking around talking about how sick she was. This is such a disaster.
I saw a meme that was like something about, you know how in like a lot of Disney movies the parents die, like in Bambi, Lion King,
Mm-hmm.
and they made a meme that was like, Disney's opening. It's like just another way to kill the parents or whatever.
That's good.
But I feel weird talking about memes because like as soon as you say anything about a meme, it's like Schrodinger's cat, you know, like the definition disappears, you know. It's like, but yeah.
No,
But
I'm glad. Let's open up the can because this is what we have a 2-part conversation. I was hoping we were going to get into memes because I just want to catch you up real quick. Is me and Brown Bear, we're kind of trying to go viral with this thing, and we don't. I'd say I'm somewhere halfway in between trepidatious and not knowing what to do. So I thought maybe you could teach us a little bit about memes and internet culture because I try to learn more through this podcast that I listen to called Rabbit Hole, and the goal is to get some funding, maybe get some cool sponsorships, and just like get swag, I guess, and then like talk about our just what we've been doing. Nothing too much. Show Brown Bear's cool art, play some music, talk about trippy things we hear in the news, show baseball highlights, man. It's pretty talk about the power of denuclearization and why we should do it. And so anyways, any way you can help us. And also I'd like you to show it, maybe give us a walkthrough of maybe 3 or 4 kind of like important memes, because I want you to talk about meme culture with me and Brown Bear, in that you say it's a loaded word. Let's start there. Why do you feel that way?
yeah, I mean, I feel like they're really powerful. They're super, like you see a meme and it's like right away, snap, they're there. And it conveys meaning faster than like any of its individual components, right? Because the meme usually has an image, often it has text, and it's usually like a recontextualization of the original content. So like a lot of times you'll see like a famous or like noticeable character or image, some symbol that is very prevalent in the society, and then that's sort of twisted into a new way or whatever. But I think it's kind of loaded just because like in the sense that talking about it, or like specifically trying to describe a meme verbally, it's something I get trapped into a lot because I'm always trying to explain to people like, I saw this meme the other day and it was really funny, and like, and then everyone's like, yeah, whatever, dude. Like, you're talking about like SpongeBob. Why? Like, we don't understand what you're saying, you know? So yeah, I mean, it's one thing, like talking about it intellectually is a lot different than like experiencing a meme. You know what I mean? Like, it's not to get too wild.
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, man. Like, it's kind of like similar to talking about Facebook. I worked at a daycare once, and you know, a person who was older than me, a woman who was older than me, we had become Facebook friends like the night before. Just randomly, right? And she's like, something, you know, did you see that thing I posted? Why did you say anything or something? I'm like, whoa, I don't know if this is like a young person thing, but like, we don't talk about the internet and our interactions. Like, whatever we did on the internet last night, I'm not trying to make this creepy either, but I guess it is. Whatever we did on the internet last night, let's just keep that where it is in Vegas. And then real life will reconnect. We will reassociate with the eye contact, and I'll just even act like I didn't see it on Facebook. If it's a life update, I'll even act surprised. I don't mind. I don't take that much. I don't know. I try to keep the internet as light as possible, and it's almost impossible. But I don't know. Can you show us a meme? Can we get shown some memes? I'd like to go. Maybe memes are old, right? Like when would you say memes? I don't know about memes. What's the first meme? Does this go back to the E-bombs world? Where do memes come from? Do you know?
That's a pretty classic one right there. Or again, it's recontextualized, but up on the screen right now we got Calvin peeing, and I remember being a kid.
Yep.
Like, I was probably like, I don't know, 6 years old, and I loved Calvin and Hobbes. Right? I had all the books, and I'm an only child, so Calvin and Hobbes was like a big deal to me. I was like, yeah, that's how life is, right? You got imaginary friends. You got, you're playing in your own zone, whatever. So I respected Calvin, big, deep respect for Calvin. And then I saw on the back of like a Chevy, I saw Calvin peeing on a Ford logo. And I was like, wow, man, Calvin's naughty. He really doesn't like Ford, I guess. And then someone explained to me, I forget who it was, that Bill Watterson, the creator of Calvin and Hobbes, had specifically chosen not to copyright the likeness of Calvin or any of the characters in Calvin and Hobbes, so that like people could do it on their own. And that's actually a pretty great meme because of that reason. Like, he specifically chose not to protect the copyright, the intellectual property of his creation, so that like anyone could use it. And that's kind of like one of the main ethos of memes, right? Because you got people pass them along and change them, and a lot of people don't. It's like an uncredited work. You just do it, and then it gets on the internet, and then bam. Very rarely do the original creators of the content go notice when things go viral. Like, they just appear.
Yeah, good point.
Or sometimes the person in the meme will get famous, but it's not like the creator gets famous. And it's a lot of it has, to me, and maybe I'm injecting here, but moments. It's something about it. It's like it gives you a moment flash, like reading a couple pages in a book or something. Like, it just gives you like one image, and it's just boom. That's what that happened.
Yeah, it's
crazy. You can do the same thing.
It's like, you ever feel like, you ever do salvia, dude?
Fuck that.
Say it again.
I just said, do you ever do salvia?
And I said, "Fuck that."
No, I know about it though.
Confidently,
Yeah.
my least favorite drug.
Oh yeah. It's kind of a nightmare. I think for most people, it's a bad experience.
Explain it to the viewers that don't exactly know what salvia is.
So salvia is a plant that when you extract it and like compress it into like its purest form, has a psychedelic effect when smoked.
Psychedelic used loosely.
It's like very brief. It's kind of like
it's really
it's like 5 minutes tops, and basically, it's like super. My experience, I've only done it once. Like it's only affected me once. And it's weird too because you got to like rip a whole bong load of it. Like you can't just like take a single toke or whatever. You've got to like exhale deeply and then inhale an entire bong load. So it's like this really intense and then you're holding your breath as long as you can. And then when you release, there's like maybe 2 breath cycles, and then your world changes. Kind of like it for me. I was sitting in one of the dorms at Evergreen, like in the alphabet soup. So like they had the kitchen was like divided from the like sitting room or like living room or whatever, and there was a couch set up like opposite where the kitchen was divider was, and I was sitting on that couch. And I saw the kitchen divider stretch into infinity, like in the Matrix when the shelves with the guns stretch out. He's like, "I need guns," and he like, and I heard that sound, and like could feel the wind of the shelves expanding on my face. Like I was like in the Matrix for a second. And but it was the kitchen shelf. Like it wasn't the Matrix. It was the kitchen shelf just repeating infinitely. And then I like came to, and
the most boring psychedelia ever.
I came
appliances forever.
I came to, and the dude sitting next to me, my friend Ben, he like was trying to climb out the window, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
No.
Like
None of that.
Okay. He's like, "I don't know you people." I'm like, "It's me, dude. I'm your friend." But then he like 5 minutes later, he was fine. It was just like whatever, It's like this super brief, and usually it's hellish. Like I've heard most people who've done it have had like very bad.
That's why I say psychedelic loosely. Yeah. It seems to be one of the overarching things I've heard from it. Is it's more hellish than it is euphoric.
Right. So the reason I brought up salvia was just because like I feel like it's brief, right? And I feel like, but there it's very expansive, and like a lot of time, I guess DMT would be a better example, but like memes to me are like that, where it's like this weird psychedelic intrusion into another world of nostalgia, or like critical thinking, where you're like, oh man, like here's this thing, and it's this new, I don't know, it's like this new blend of feelings and emotions and experiences happening all at once, usually in an image, sometimes in like a video or whatever. But
yeah, but you say new, and I think 9 times out of 10 it's the familiar. The memes that hit the hardest are the ones that you're like, oh yeah, like that, like when that is like when you're holding it in public. It really is. So in that way, it's positive, it's universal, Man.
That's so good.
What era are we looking at right now? Is this a modern meme, or is this
I don't know. I don't know the date of creation for this. The first time I saw it was probably 3 years ago. And it's just, it hits so hard, dude. I can't. Every time I see it, I crack the fuck up.
Copper.
Just the look on his face, too. He's just so. He's so
And you're so right, Will. You're so right. Because like, here's me trying to explain this meme to someone who can't see. He's like, "Oh, have you seen that meme where the lady's in the coffee shop, right? Just coffee your tea." He says "coffer," and you're like, "Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about." But when you see it, it's like, yeah, you're right. You're right. Memes speak for
Coffer.
themselves.
Coffer.
Okay. I'm just
All
gonna
right,
say
all
right
right.
now, I'm gonna go into more conventional meme. Success Kid, Scumbag Steve, Distracted Boyfriend meme, Crying Michael Jordan, Kermit the Frog, Doge, Grumpy Cat, First World Problems.
Yeah, man. I
The
mean,
dude-
those are the meme giants, man. You went to the tippy top.
Yeah,
I mean, it's interesting because it's like,
we're getting rare memes from you. Just think so the viewers know. We're not gonna go over any of the
there's sports one. That's not really even a meme, but I just love that image so much.
Okay.
There's so much greatness in that image.
Oh, because they're hugging in the back. Dude.
Well, first of all, it's Brian Scalabrine, fucking the White Mamba, dude. Like there's just like a lot to love about Brian Scalabrine. He has a podcast too. I've listened to it a few times. It's pretty good. And he just looks like a normal, like a schlub. Like, I love how he looks because he's just like, yeah, man, I'm fucking an NBA player. And then in the background, you got not Sergio Rodriguez, Fernandez or whatever, the dude from Spain, hugging Chris Bosh. But incidentally, right? Obviously, they were like, this is a beautiful moment. Brian California is hugging.
No.
It's like, I love you, man. Like, but you kind of get that feeling watching it. It's like a class, like a piece of art from like the classical era, where like there's an angel flying and two people are like hugging beneath the angel or something.
That's hilarious.
Yes, it's very accidental. Shout out to Reddit.com with their accidental renaissance. I could see this being on there. Another moment. Great image. Thank you. It's kind of connecting what we're talking about. Moments and like Calvin, I would describe as like a bumper sticker kind of vibe. Or like have a nice day. And that's kind of what memes, the pre-meme is kind of what you're showing. It's like our what is it, paleontologists, it's like we're going pre-meme.
I think the first time the word meme was used was this evolutionary biologist who's like later turned out to be kind of a weirdo, or I don't know. He's whatever. He's got his issues, but he's this famous dude. He's like a leader in that field in evolutionary biology, and he described this thing where behavior.
Dawkins, is that what you're talking about?
I think it's Dawkins. I can't remember if it's Dawkins or this other guy. But like the idea that like behavior traits or like common behavior patterns in animals like occurred simultaneously. There's like multiple instances of this happening where like two birds would sing the same song on opposite sides of the earth, and randomly, like it wasn't like learned or genetic heritage or whatever. It's like a new song or something. Anyway, he was trying to describe this thing that happens in nature where ideas get passed around sort of through the ether. And it actually perfectly describes what we know of as memes now. But like, that's, I think, from my understanding, where the word was used first, or like where it first occurred in modern language. But yeah, we got here a hedgehog. In the Discord, I was sending over some memes I had on my hard drive, and this one showed up and it's not even really a meme. There's not like a thing on it. It's just, I just really love it because he's cute, or she. They're cute. And it's a nice bowl of pasta. And yeah,
It's kind of like my dog.
Yeah, it's just a sweet little guy or girl.
Shout out to Sonic.
Hell yeah.
I just sent over my favorite meme, which we can go over at the end, maybe. But yeah, that's a dog in a bowl of pasta.
That's a good one, dude.
It's a programmer meme for all my coders out there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, what next? Let's maybe show. Oh yes. Okay, so this is an image. Brownberry, you wanna preface this image for everybody?
Yeah, the homie Rudy sent this out to go with the ongoing soul patch debate. And I feel like this is the final boss.
I think this is the cake.
I don't think anyone else has a double lip piercing to accentuate their soul patch. And I feel like as I'm looking at this more, I don't know if it's like a weird shadow, but I feel like his soul patch goes like down through and has like a very thin strip that goes in between the two metal fangs. Just like the most meticulous soul patch.
Now that I'm
shout out to Carver. He was on episode 13. We did history of soul patch. Yeah, this guy is definitely on there.
He's handsome.
Not as handsome as this guy.
Who is this? Oh, there he is. Soul
This is him
patch.
before he got the piercing.
Soul patch brother number one.
Exactly the same. It's so crazy.
Let's get all right. So we got Howie, and then I think this guy's name is like David Draymond or something like that. The disturbed guy.
Headshots are kind of like little memes. My mind can't like that. You know, a look says something weirdly.
Yeah, it's
There's no way to just give a blank like you just I'm yeah.
It's beautiful.
Same soul patch, different emotion, you know.
Right. I think one is like the family friendly, like you know, like I'm just your neighborhood soul patch dude, and then the other one's like you'll find me in the BDSM club, like being the lead singer of a band called Disturbed.
Bad boy.
Making weird noises.
Yeah.
It could be a jazz band.
I wish I could make noises like that, dude.
Yo, shout out to all the music on today's show. It's Brown Bear's original from when he played on the Baseball Hippie show. This is the meme I was talking about. This is the program. This goes out to all my coders. This is also a famous meme. I call it the side-eye meme.
Yeah.
But
I love it.
Pretty much. I think this one's a good one because it shows an inflection, which I think memes do this. Give you one thing and then kind of give you like a punchline.
I think there's one.
But yeah, thanks for going over some
that we gotta check out real quick, actually. So give me one more second here.
Let's get another meme on. And as we talk about it, Will, I want to segue us a little bit into your thoughts on how we can grow the show and what the climate of the internet culture is at 2020 and what it would take for the Baseball Hippie show to go.
So this is a new Texas Ranger Stadium.
Okay.
And this is a meme of the new Texas Ranger Stadium.
That's good.
Oh man,
that has layers.
That has many. Man,
it's a 7-layer burrito.
Has an opinion about like design. I think I've noticed like when album art comes out and people don't like it, they just like becomes a thing. and
You're
architecture.
talking about the
People
Pop Smoke Virgil
the
Abloh
no Pop
thing?
Smoke's album cover. They had to rechange it. And then
Did
also
they actually?
this one, I think,
Did that label actually change the art?
yeah.
It was trash.
Well, they
Yeah.
did with the Sonic too. The movie. They did the Sonic.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, they changed Sonic because of the internet backlash.
Good. It was the right move.
It
The
absolutely
old Sonic became a meme.
It's
Yeah.
nasty. It's gross.
There were about 15 memes in Stoner Universe about that Sonic, the old Sonic.
So good.
I love that. Yeah, Jesse, I don't know, man. I think like you guys are on the right path. Walking the path of the true. I mean, I've never went viral before. I think the closest I've been to going viral was like one time on Twitter. I like responded to something D-Ray McKesson said, and it got like 300 likes, and it was like basically like calling him out for being like a hardcore Hillary supporter, even though he's like one of the faces of Black Lives Matter or whatever. But that was like, it's not even real. It's just like Twitter or whatever. Twitter's different. Twitter, you can go viral for being like, I don't know. I feel like each social media platform has its own mojo or whatever, its own lane that you can like get into. But I feel like for me, like the things that I've like stuck with as a content absorber are things that like just stick to themselves and like keep working at it and like keep doing their thing and you guys are like the most lovable dudes, and like if I were like a random observer and I tuned in for more than 10 minutes, I'd get that. So I feel like it's just keep up the good work and like just expose yourself as much as possible. And like one of the things is like this George Kittle dude, Ronald Kittle, y'all gotta hit up Ron.
We gotta hit Ron up.
And because like he's kind of like a weird cross section of like, he's a real baseball player, but he's also a real dude. And his Twitter account, I mean, honestly, like I would, if you ever want to do a whole episode about Ronald Kittle's Twitter account, I would be there with you guys.
Thank you for saying that. Great segue. Shout out to Ron Kittle. He was a baseball player that we randomly polled, which we'll do again tonight in honor of Ron Kittle. Brown Bear polls these. It's a segment on our show where he pulls these baits called Pulling Baseball Cards with Brown Bear. Pulls them, and then we talk about them and see cosmically kind of where they lead us, the whole psychedelia of it. And Ron Kittle just had the most immaculate Twitter. Go check it out at Naked Biker, I think it is. He was playing kazoo, and he just seems like a quality dude. And even though we have a lot of fun on the show and we get into it, we do respect the players and we respect baseball. And so, yeah, I got a lot of super shout out to Ron. Like anyone who's played the game professionally, we would love to have him on the show. And we wouldn't like make fun of someone for whatever length of their career or whatever. I mean, he was a rookie of the year, so he has a lot of stories, I'm sure. But even if you played one inning of one game, we would be interested. I know me and Brown Bear love the game that much. Like there's a real love there, I think. So
absolutely.
Thanks
for saying that, Will.
Yeah.
No.
And I'm gonna say too is like I think the format's gonna change a little bit on my end where as I do more research into like, and I'm gonna name drop some of the bigger shows right now just so you can get a sense. Is like Jesus and Muro, I think it is, Chapo Trap House, Joe Rogan, PewDiePie, all people. Destiny and Destiny, and sorry, I'm forgetting the other person who does anti-white supremacy videos, but a lot of them are pre-recorded. And I think another thing is engagement. Like our next goal is a pretty modest goal. We have 21 subscribers. We want to get to 100 so we can get the name of the YouTube channel to be / the Baseball Hippy Show. It's just numbers and jargon till you get 100 subscribers. So that's kind of our first goal. I think what I got to do is, and Brown Bear, I think you got to help too, is when we're bored, go on Twitter go on YouTube, like people's stuff, leave funny little comments, try to get people to like check us, because I think
Interact with our shit,
getting any
yeah.
type of fans, and also maybe not being live all the time will help too, because we don't feel like we're gonna just get hit up.
You know,
We're not at the stage where we really need that even. And then like, it's just basically we want to get viewership from people that we don't know. And then another goal, is to get a person like Ron Kittle, get someone who we don't know on the show. That would be really fun.
I feel like one thing, like with Bed of Roses, so for all the viewers out there who don't know, I DJ with this crew called Bed of Roses.
Shout out Bed of Roses.
We do parties in Portland, and when parties were a thing still, and blah, blah, blah. But we do a lot of work trying to promote online. And one of the things that like I've kind of realized doing it is like you can get to a pretty solid baseline just by telling your friends. And so one thing I'd say to you guys is like, and I will definitely spread the word too, but like just posting on your own personal accounts and being like, yo, I started this new thing. Like, and reiterate it and come back to it every once in a while and be like, look, we got a new episode. This one's pretty dope. Whatever, you know, and just sort of, you know, beating people over the head with it a little bit. Like you don't want to alienate yourself, and you don't want to like make it so it's like this thing that like people are just scrolling past or whatever. But and there's a fine balance. It's got kind of stuff that we're working on, and like I'm sure anyone who knows me who's like watching this right now is like, oh yeah, like you've posted some annoying ass shit before. But like it works, you know. We've got like 100 Twitch followers now. We started our thing like not too long ago, and it's just brute force. Like there's nothing viral in the content we're doing. We're just literally just posting stuff. Well, we were, you know, before George Floyd.
Well, you're playing good music too.
Well, yeah. I mean, I hope we are. But yeah, like, it was just kind of like trying to get people together after the coronavirus started, and like we'd already like talked about doing streaming stuff, but like obviously quarantine is a big reason to keep going. But like, yeah, we would do that for parties too. You know, we would do that for Club Tropicana and all our parties, where we would just sort of like everyone in the crew would post like an advertisement. Sometimes we try and set it up so it was like different days. Mm-hmm. Like one person was Monday, one person was Tuesday, because we all had a lot of the same friends, and we didn't want to like get the message lost, you know. And it's like say, because like 75% of the people are going to see the same message over and over again each day, but that 25% who miss it one day and then see it the other day, you know, you want to really make sure that, because in that group of people there's going to be one person who really likes it, and the person who really likes it is going to be like, yo, I've got friends who are baseball journalists, or I've got friends who are you know, like former players, or I've got friends who are like involved with MLB in this way or whatever. Yeah. And they'll tell that person, and then, you know, or, you know, that's the thing with the internet is like the different gateways are so random, and so like you could push your message 1,000 times, and it's just that 1,001st time where it's like, oh yeah, like there's the hot spot where someone
very true
needed to see it or whatever, you know.
It's very true. It's very true. Well, this is the times we live in. Memes, viral, getting viewership. Subscribe if you're watching now. We could always use an extra subscriber. I'm not gonna bag you for subscription, but if we got to 100, and we will, it's gonna be a cool day, because, you know, we got a good thing, man. And like the background, I mean, like, look, Brummer did the art. We just got. If you go back on our shows, there's always something to learn, something to get weird with. I think we're gonna put cardboard cutouts of ourselves in the Mariners Stadium, and I don't know. Go out to Lookout Landing. That's a shout out to Lookout Landing. Maybe try to get someone from there. And I just think we got to get more Twitter stuff and things, so that when I hit up people like Lookout Landing or Ron Kittle, or I don't know if you could flash these sunflower seeds, but this is really what I want to do next is try to get endorsements. Is kind of have like, oh, we got to mean anything to us, but I think it means stuff to like, as that's really what the power of podcasting can be. So yeah, we're trying to utilize it, and the baseball season. This is our first season. It's our first, year of the show, and the baseball season is going to start in a week, and it cannot be at weirder circumstances. So it's gonna be a wild ride. We appreciate having your consulting, Willie, and anyone out there who's listening who wants to help us build viewership. Send us the baseball hippie show at gmail.com. Always looking for interns, always looking for people to just boost our socials. And I think one day we're gonna find someone who knows. Yo, shout out Chinook Steedery, my brother, Josh Jingleheimer Schmidt. He sent these over, small batch seeds with recipes like Parmesan and pepper, cinnamon toast. Y'all seen cinnamon toast?
Yo, dill pickle,
hatch chili. And so I haven't even had these seeds, but everything talk baseball hippie to me. So might hit these guys up and say, yo, can we get a pack? We'll just talk about them on the show. The Parmesan and pepper just intrigued me. Man, a small batch.
I've never seen Parmesan and pepper.
I know, man. They got the dill pickle, which has been our favorites.
I'm trying to mix the cinnamon toast and the hatch chili together.
Cinnamon.
That's like brunch.
And they got a cool logo. And I like the idea. It's just like, we start a sunflower farm and make like custom craft seeds. Maybe some niche baseball fans will like it. Well, we're a niche baseball show, so I think
you got to reach out, dude. Reach out and see if you can.
You got to reach out.
Reach out with them and Ronald Kittle and be like, we've got former Rookie of the Year Ronald Kittle on the line.
Yeah,
brought to you by Chinook Steedery.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm going to continue working just towards making the show quality. And then I'm also going to take more responsibility in, getting on the socials. Because if we can build a viewership, we can get these we can get some swag sent to us. And I think me and Brown Bear kind of agreed. We're not going to like just sell out on the first thing, but we're a podcast, man. We're down to show people stuff off. Like it's not like payola or anything. It's just a free thing, It's just, we don't mind eating some seeds, talking about it, or whatever you got. So small businesses especially, hit us up. But we got goals. Someday we're gonna ask for the 400 back for the, or it's like 350 for the program. And we'll just have little fundraisers, but that's gonna be years from now. We're gonna keep it going with the Baseball Hippie Show, and next week, or probably in a week or two, will be our first show back. So we'll be off near quarantine, which is crazy. I never thought we'd get there. I do want to go into some things though. Oh, hey Tara. Last show, a lot of stuff. We talked about steroids extensively, like way more than I even thought we were going to talk about, and had a great discussion. We talked about oh man, how am I missing it? We talked about steroids, and we talked about Elon Musk, and how not that he's a good thing, that we talked about Star Wars.
Like if you realize that he knew what he was capable of and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, ever since you said that, I've been hearing more articles too, like about like him not being good, not being a good dude. But yeah, let's take it anywhere from here, and then let's pull a card and anything else from there. But yeah, thanks for the meme rundown from Williman.
Yeah, man. I mean,
we were going deep.
Well, we were talking a lot about like rules and regulations. I remember was kind of like the big theme because
the rules and the lake. I went to that lake. International waters, as I call it. It was just kind of like, do your own thing, set it up. I went there and I said, where do you pay for camping? And the guy looked at us like, just don't stay more than 7 days. And I knew right then we were in a gray area. And I think, we brought it back to life and stuff. So how you guys feel now? We're a couple weeks later. Like you mentioned earlier, there's unmarked vans in Portland taking protesters and arresting them on the president's orders. We're like 4 months away from I'd say one of the most contentious elections, but I think every presidential election is pretty intense. This one has extra intensity, I'd say, from my end. And just this whole idea of wearing a mask, not wearing a mask, and when did the hippies become the rule? Like, I think wearing a mask is pretty damn cool. I don't think.
Yeah, man. I don't get like why Republican or like conservative folks tend to be the anti-maskers, because it's like you want to evade, like the whole idea of evading law enforcement to me has had its roots in the rebel spirit of
I agree. Wearing a mask, I think that's where the right has some problems too, where it's like wearing a mask is conservative in its essence. In my opinion, it's like you're taking this extra precaution conservatively so that you don't get this thing that you have no idea how, but you know that a mask might help you. That's like the definition of conservatism to me. But then I think also that side of the aisle or whatever is going on, they wrestle with each other because there's this like rebel, I guess you'd call it, side where it's like I feel like conservatism isn't conservative anymore. And Trump put the whole kibosh on it, where it's like, how is anything he does conservative? He's kind of wild. Like, he's hard to pin what he's going to do next. There's nothing like slow to his plan at all. It's all quick. I don't know.
Rapid fire.
So the mask thing has definitely been a point here in the last couple of weeks of like,
yeah, man. I mean, you're talking about rules and regulations, and I've been thinking about it since we talked last time, and I just feel like right now we're at this point where with all the stuff that's going on, it's like Tower of Babel style, nice mask, by the way. I love that mask. But like, mad people are like I saw going back to memes, I saw a meme that was like, Democrats talking to Republicans, 40 years ago or whatever, and there's a number on the ground, and it's a 6 or a 9 depending on which way you look at it. Again, this is me trying to explain a meme, right? Like it's impossible.
Send it over. We can put it up.
Okay. I gotta find it first.
Okay.
Let's see if it was anyway. But yeah, so like you can see two sides of any point, right? Like in politics, you can see like two arguments to any side.
Yeah.
But when you say, when your argument leaves the quote unquote good faith or whatever, where it's like, instead of seeing like the two sides of the same thing, you're calling the thing that is obviously one thing another thing, right? Like, a 6 cannot be perceived as a 4. It can be perceived as a 9, right? You can look at a 6 and be like, if you're on the other side of the 6, you can be like, oh, it's a 9, but it's not a 4. And I think Republicans right now are looking at the 6 and saying it's a 4. Anyway, that was the meme. I can't find it now. But yeah, that was the thing.
I think I found it.
There's like a whole thing, I think, on maybe Reddit. It's like failed right-wing memes, and they're so funny. There's like all these like memes that are supposed to like. There's one I saw the other day that was like, "This if the world was according to the left," and it was like all pretty rad. It was just like the way they had America laid out. I was like, yeah, that's actually not that bad.
Was that the one with the racist caricature of AOC in the middle of it? I've seen one where there's like drawing of AOC in it, and she's like it's like really gross, but then like all the stuff that's like on the map of the country is super dope. It's like healthcare and blah 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 blah.
Yep. That's what it was. It was like,
is this what you're talking about?
It was like free healthcare.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. Yep, you got it. You nailed it.
Yeah, I've seen that one before too.
Oh wait, no. Okay,
I'm sure it didn't say. I couldn't find one that wasn't adjusted for like the last 3 months.
Yeah. So imagine this picture format, but instead of the word bubbles on the bottom frame saying racist in 6, the Democrat is saying 9, and the Republican is saying 4, and that's the whole.
So this is a comeback to the original meme.
Yeah.
This is a conservative like redo.
I couldn't find. I can tell that it's been edited because they're so dumb they can't even edit shit with the right fucking font to make it look right. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Get your type right.
If you're gonna do something, do it right. I don't know.
That really boils Brown Bear being that he's a design guy.
Yeah. I'm not even good at design, but I just wouldn't put shit out that looked that shitty. Like if I couldn't make it look good, I wouldn't do it. I don't know. I guess it's just for laughs.
Shout out to the chat. We got Nate Midgley and Carver in the chat. I just want to say what's up.
Oh, shout out. Yo, hey Carver, did you see? Can we ask Carver if he saw the final boss, and if not, we'll flash it again for him. Shout out Nate. Yeah, I think it's an interesting moment of. I don't want to say tit for tat is at the highest because I believe it's just always been there under the surface, but with the internet and the 2020 and the everything, I think we've been talking about this through the last couple of shows. It's just like there's like liberal moves and there's conservative. There's like this tit for tat, like got him, like we fucking got him today. It's like it does seem to stray away from anything productive, especially if you're arguing on like public policy, like politics or something like that. I don't know. Not really my realm so much, but it's weird that I want to tell people to follow the rules, man, because I really do. Because wearing a mask seems like the most minuscule rule. Like, I'll put it up there with like, I don't know what's like a polite thing to do, and like it just seems like it's as easy as being like thank you or well you're welcome or something. I don't know.
I'm with you, man. I heard today Bernie proposed the bill to give a mask to everybody in the U.S.
Yeah, I think that's a big one too. Is like there needs to be a free mask program so you can get a couple of them, or like pay people. It's good people are getting paid for the work for getting masks. I'm not saying that, but like, Yeah.
Just like I think the idea is the right one. We got to get, if we're going to require people to have this thing, we got to give them a means to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give them a means.
But yeah, it is absolutely like I think a basic essential thing at this point.
We're providing them at our work to folks.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of places you can get them for free, like just straight up. Like I think some grocery stores give them out. Or sell them super cheap. There's some places that have them for free, I'm sure. But it'd be nice if the government was like, yo, we're going to do this for you. And
yeah. Here's a pack of 50 masks with your $5,000 income replacement check.
Exactly. That's the next step for sure. Did we lose Jesse? I feel like he's frozen.
Oh, he might be. Damn, I didn't realize. I thought he was just focused. He's focused. Let's try and bring him back in.
He's zoned in.
Oh. I tried to boot him and it wouldn't let me, so something must be going on with his business.
I've watched a few episodes of the show before coming on, many episodes, and I really love the fact that Jesse's connection
it's just always not good.
Yeah, it's just really funny because like sometimes it'll like go out, like it seems to always disconnect or buzz out when he's in the middle of saying something, and it's like pretty funny because like it's like a pretty profound thing, and then it'll just be like
Exactly. And it's not like he doesn't live out in the boonies or anything. He should have some decent connection where he's at. And I feel like he even told me they got an internet update recently.
It's just great. I love it. It's like this. It's like it makes it real, you know.
Yeah.
Wonder how the chat. We're gonna check the chat. Oh, Nate knows what's up with the Aqua Sox hat, dude.
Yeah, that's what's up. It's his new seasons gives the masks out.
Yeah, I knew they did somewhere. Yeah, never update. That's right. Yeah, Jesse. That's where Jesse's at right now. He accidentally updated the internet.
He's back.
Man.
Oh, what's up, dude?
I live in an apartment. Okay, there's about 500 units. So everybody's chomping at the bit, as they say, to get a little bit of that Comcast. Dude, they have one provider named Wave Broadband, dude.
My parents have that shit, and it's whack.
Joker, dude. Like, if the fucking clown parade made an internet service, I swear when you call, they're like honking. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. What are you doing back there? It's like, I don't know. No,
Dude,
they have a weird service.
YouTube, I swear, dude.
They have a funny thing though with their cable. You're like, you can buy days of cable. So sometimes I'm like, hey, can I get Mariners today? And they're like, sure, Mr. Callahan. And then they sign it up and I call back. I'm like, all right, game over. Turn that off. And they're like, alrighty. They turn it off.
Like, I guess it's all right. I don't know. Sounds along the same lines as the person who thought it like a phone exclusive TV show.
Phone.
No, I'm talking about that Quibi shit. That it's like a streaming app, but you can only watch it on your phone, not on TV. It seems like just like it's like some shit an executive would think of that doesn't make sense. Like, oh, you can pay for cable for like 5 days at a time. Like, how do they make money off that? I guess people forgetting to cancel it, maybe, but I don't know.
I just want to give a special shout out. As you notice, I didn't take the bottom thing off the hat, right? You got to do that. You got to keep the little tag, right? Is that played out in 2020?
I don't do that.
You got to keep the tag.
You do.
I like it. I feel like
A little shiny thing.
It's an accent. It's a nice touch.
It's a little shiny, yeah. So we talked about. Let's pull a card soon, but also
I gotta grab.
We
a card.
talked
I forgot
about
to do that earlier.
That's fine. We talked about Lance Armstrong and Barry Bonds' steroid use like extensively in last show.
Yeah.
Like we definitively we laid it to rest. But I think it does really tie into the rules and regulations conversation where it's like it's just such a thing in sports when people get caught with steroids. It's really any, I guess you call them performance enhancing anything. It's like, it's just a game, but is it not? It's not just a game for a lot of people. It's their lifetime. It's their whole life. It's their job.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I think the Clippers are gonna win the NBA Finals because they seem like a gym team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think this year's champion will be like a team that can play well in a gym when no one's watching, and they just seem to have the classic build for that. Maybe Paul
Yeah, I
George
think Kawhi
to me is the
bubble.
swaggiest player, but everyone else I feel like could just play in a gym and be fine with it. You know.
I heard
As in
Kawhi.
LeBron, he feeds off the crowd energy, I'd say. And same with even Logo Lillard, but maybe I'm wrong.
I haven't heard, but I heard Kawhi was not coming to the bubble.
Oh, Kawhi's not going to play.
I just Googled it. I'm going to check it out real quick.
Oh, yeah, because Kawhi doesn't play, take the prediction back, but I'll say it on the Hippy show, and then if that comes true.
Oh, no, he's
in terms of baseball predictions, yeah, I think, okay. So, yeah, I think the Lakers, besides Dwight Howard, are going to have all their guys, too. And then Nurkic is really big for Portland. I will give you that. They needed that down low presence. And, yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. In terms of the baseball prediction, Brown Bear, next show we got to show what we predicted and how those changed as the 60-game season starts. But there's a lot of exciting things in that season. And before we go into pulling a baseball card, Brown Bear, guess who the Mariners play? I think you know this already. Guess who we play first pitch, first game of the season?
The Astros?
Marco Gonzalez will be the most watched man in baseball as he pitches the first pitch to the Houston Astros after their huge sign stealing scandal. Again, part of the rules and regulations. But that baseball was in shambles, I'd even almost go as far to say, until these life events kind of changed everything. But yeah, Houston had broadened MLB to its knees. Do you think Marco's going to throw at George Springer on that first pitch? Josh Jingle asked me this.
Do I think Marco's going to throw at him? No, I don't.
Do you think Marco's going to beat? You think he's going to beat him?
No, he's got nothing. I mean, he's got no beef.
Would you? Yeah.
I'd be disappointed in him. I love that kind of shit, but like, I don't know.
It's a bad look.
It's just
Corona
like
time, dude. It's like everybody's excited to be back. They know shit's
That'd be pretty brutal, though.
It would be kind of tight. It'd be like, what's that famous recent one? Syndergaard throwing at Utley.
Yeah.
Where when all the umps are mic'd up.
Yeah,
it's our ass in the jackpot, Terry.
It's our ass in the jackpot.
Do you know what we're talking about, Will?
No.
There's this.
You should pull that video
from.
Yeah.
We have a good record of not getting shut down so far tonight, so I'll just explain it really briefly.
Okay, go on.
So this is in, I want to say, the 2015 postseason, maybe, or 2014 postseason. The Dodgers and Mets were playing, and Chase Utley made a bad slide into second base and broke the leg of the Mets shortstop. I think it was Ruben Tejada or something like that.
Yeah.
And so following season, Mets are playing the Dodgers in the opening series, and Noah Syndergaard threw at Utley very plainly it was on purpose. And there's a clip from the game where the umps are mic'd up, and you can hear the conversation between the ump and the Mets manager, Terry Collins, at the time. And for whatever reason, I've never heard this phrase anywhere else, but the ump keeps using the phrase, like, because he's trying to explain that he understands why they're upset and why the pitcher would want to throw at them, but he's trying to explain it's on the umpires, and he keeps saying, it's our ass in the jackpot, Terry. It's our ass in the jackpot. I've never heard that phrase before, but it's a pretty funny video.
Classic. So now we use it. Yeah.
Damn, dude. I watched the video. I feel like the algorithm knows me because, like, ever since I was on y'all's show, like 10 days ago or whatever, or last week or whatever, um, my social media feed has been peppered with baseball videos, and I got one that was uh, like an umpire talking to a manager, and he ejected the manager, but the manager stayed. It was like back in the 80s, and it was really good. I wish I had saved it. I was thinking about you guys when I watched it, but it was like just so. It was so funny. Like the manager was like, "You're a liar. You're a goddamn liar," and the umpire's like, "You're a liar. I'm not a liar. You're a liar."
We should maybe we should do some ejection breakdowns. Find some of the best ejections of all time.
Classic, dude. Baseball is so good for that shit. It's like world. It's like professional wrestling, but like even
Jesse,
better.
we lost your audio. What's going on?
Oh yeah, I can't hear Jesse.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Now I can hear you. Now I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. I'm interested in the if you get 6 feet from the ump, you get tossed. But once you're tossed, it's like how disrespectful. I mean, I think that's you're really crossing a very. But I just even in a 60 game season, I don't see 60 professional teams playing and they're not an altercation with either the two teams or the team and the ump. It's just the ethos of baseball. It's just the nature. And we've talked about this on the show a lot. Is they're talking about maybe one day having electronic umps, robot umps. And I told Brown Bear I'll boo a robot. You know, I don't think it's going to change. Baseball has these weird rules, like one of the weirdest ones. Like this is going to be really great way to tie our 2-part discussion in. But the ultimate equalizer of this whole gray area that is the rules and regulations, my friends. The antithesis, the best way to describe it. What do you call that? Maybe a meme for what rules and regulations is the strike zone. We still hundreds of years into the strike zone. I just think you can write books on it because it's letters to knees, and sometimes they change it, but like there's certain. I think we should do that on the show too. There's certain pitches that I could just argue it's a 6 or a 9. It really is. Like, is it a ball or strike? The way it has curve, it's like, did it get that corner of the plate?
I love those pitches where like the batter is like off to first base thinking it's a walk, like the 3-2 pitch.
Yep.
And everyone else in the stadium is just like, it's like you got out, and it's like a perfect curveball where it's like at the last second it's dipping right beneath the letters or whatever, like and freezes them. I love that. I love that. Very satisfying.
Agreed.
Yeah. Shout out Granky. He was a master at that. That low knee, like I think it's a 2-seamer where it kind of comes back. It's just a devastating pitch.
That's such a beautiful thing, man. That's so sweet. I love watching that. Looks like Jesse's got some connection problems.
Oh man.
It just the words connection problems just appeared on my screen. Jesse.
That's really funny. The algorithm is powerful.
It is, man. I swear to God. Sometimes it's like a shaman sending me signals. I'm going to take just 2 minutes and go make another drink. I'll be right back.
Yeah, man. I'll hold it down.
Thank you.
Right. We're going to do baseball cards here in a minute as soon as we get the connection going, and Will gets another drink going. Yo, yeah, shout out, chat. What's going on? Lupinella, Bobby Valentine. Those ones are good. Pretty sure Quibi is failing. And I feel like the CEO or executive who came up with it is trying to blame coronavirus. I don't think anyone was going to watch that shit anyway.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, it's all good. I'm trying to get Jesse back in, but I gotta disconnect him. And it's not letting me do that.
Damn, dude. Wirecast.
Come on, Wirecast, don't fail us now.
Please don't kick us off for saying your name. I'm drinking this fancy drink.
What are you drinking?
My friend Ben Scotch recommended this gin called Roku gin. It's like a Japanese gin.
Oh, wow.
And then my neighbor down the street made this these elderflower bitters. There's like an elderflower tincture. So I'm drinking the gin with club soda, the elderflower whatevers, and then some wine. It's quite good.
Damn.
I was drinking. I had some fancy tonic to go with it earlier. That was good also. But I ran out of the tonic, so now it's just homemade club soda with the soda stream.
Sick. I'd spend way too much money on canned sparkling soda.
Yeah, the soda stream is a double-edged sword because it's more sustainable. You get the good. You can customize the quality of the soda. You can make it more bubbly or whatever.
Yeah.
But then they're exploiting Palestinian labor. Yeah, so it's a weird thing. Yeah, I didn't know about it either until, I don't know, after I got one. It was too late. But and I got it from like a credit card rewards thing. Like it was free. Like they were just like, yo, you qualify for a soda stream. Do you want it? And I was like, yeah, I really want it.
Hell yeah, I want it.
You're like, I'm joining. It's a lifestyle choice. Yo,
Yeah.
we should do this. We should do this.
Cards?
We should do this baseball cards before my internet breaks the whole thing, man. I don't know. All right, so what season? What season is this? I'm not.
We lost Jesse's audio again. You just moving around your microphone? Do you unplug it or something?
We're back in. We're back in. We're back.
All right. This is 1986 tops.
1986 tops. We're going to be doing. I'll be on research. I got Google.com up. Actually, I'm going to go to Lycos.com.
That's more fitting for that season. You got the right.
Get that Lycos sponsorship.
Angel Fire. I hadn't heard that in a while. All right, we're going to enter on Lycos.
Yeah, Brown Bear had a
Whatever
good
name.
You need to get sponsored by Lycos.
Oh, wait. Actually, let's ask Jeeves. All right, we'll do them both. All right, ask Jeeves. Ask.com. Let's do this, y'all. So, yeah, this segment's called Brown Bear Pulls a Baseball Card from his baseball card set. And what he
Found
does
this
is
in
he
a
pulls a
dumpster
card.
behind the skate shop I used to work at. And then I threw it away because I was like moving and didn't have anywhere to put it. I got fucking fired from that job. I wasn't moving. And I threw it away in the dumpster as I was leaving. And then like 5 years later, a coworker who also left the job brings me back this set of cards that I had thrown away. So he had taken it out of the dumpster. Thought he had found like,
Yo,
oh man, I found this.
I'm going to give this
I'm gonna give this gift to Andrew. And We gotta tell
you
Ron. Tell
Yeah,
Ron Kittle.
you need to tell Ron Kittle. You absolutely need to tell Ron Kittle. That's right. I feel
You
like
need to tell the naked bike. You'll understand.
All right, so I grabbed a
he'll
couple.
he'll be like, it is pure destiny that I am here. I am the naked biker, and I will show you the way.
Nah, man, it is pretty serendipitous when you think about it. It's like I threw those
Everything on
cards
the baseball
away, and then he
Hippy
brought.
says
He like probably like a day later saw those cards and was like, "Man, Andrew would probably really like these." Grabbed them out of the dumpster and brought them back to me. All right, so we got Mets player Doug Sisk.
How do you spell Sisk?
Sisk.
Oh, he's from Renton, Washington.
What?
No way. No way.
He went to Green River College and Wazoo. He had a career
Went to
ERA.
Green River College?
Yeah, he had a career ERA of 3.27. Not bad.
Wow. He was a Washington State Cougar. Man, this is the second guy I think we've pulled from Washington. That's awesome.
He had a mean sinker, apparently.
This.
He had a what?
All right, let's see if we can get a Twitter account for Doug Sisk. He had a mean sinker.
Oh, okay.
That's, yeah. What, was he on any playoff teams? Okay, Lycos took us to Doug Sisk
Yes.
on saber.org. This article was written by Alan Cohen. On a team of pranksters and cut-ups, Doug Sisk, who hailed from Tacoma, Washington, would fit right in 1986.
Yeah, they won the World Series, didn't they? I feel like we talk about this every time we do the cards from '86.
Yeah,
It's like the Mets won,
1986.
right?
Yeah. Dang, they got the whole breakdown of him here on saber.org, bio project. Doug Sisk.
He was a reliever.
Okay.
Like a middle innings type guy. Or maybe setup.
Yeah, he was a middle. Yeah. Yeah, he didn't pitch in the playoffs, it looks like, of that 86 season.
You pitched one. You pitched one game according.
Oh, did he?
To, you're in one game.
Looks like he was like
he
a
faced 8 total batters in the 1986 postseason. So you're actually right. Not in the World Series. They were all in the NLCS. I think. Oh no. I'm sorry. He faced 3 batters in the World Series.
Yeah, he returned to Tacoma and was an announcer for the AAA Tacoma team for the Rainiers.
What?
Yeah, Doug Sisk.
This is crazy. I feel like we always like have some sort
I
of
know,
connection
it's-
to the card.
Close.
Damn, dude, that's so deep. This is
It's
such a great
close.
segment. You guys kill it every time with this segment.
This is wild.
Baseball in Tacoma, Pierce County. This is going to blow your mind. Pierce County area has enjoyed a rich tradition of baseball from the Sandlot beginnings in 1874 to the first professional game on 11th Street Ball Grounds in 1890. The 100-day wonder known as Cheney Stadium, which was opened in spring in 1960. Well, Tacoma laid his claim to 6 Pacific League championships. Okay. Among notable City, Valley, Sunset, Community Timber, Commercial Industry, Shipbuilder leagues that formed the backbone of the sport from 1905 to 1904 to 1905. Ron C., Bob Johnson, Mike Black, John Lester, Rick Austin, Steve Whitaker, Doug Sisk, as well as Baseball Hall of Famers Walter Johnson, Joe McGinnity, Juan Marichal, Gaylord Perry, and Willie McCovey. That doesn't sound right. They're from the Pierce County area? That's crazy.
What? Really?
I don't want to spread disinformation here. I think they might have just played in those leagues. But let's look it up.
Yeah, Willie McCovey's from Alabama.
That'd be crazy if they were all from Tacoma, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, Willie McCovey definitely isn't. What are some of the other ones? I don't know.
Richie Sexton.
Mike, you did say
But
Mike Blowers?
What's that?
I was asking Jesse if he said Mike Blowers, who's one of the current.
Mike Blowers was on there.
Yeah, he's one of the current Mariners
Mike
announcers.
Blowers was on there. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, there's a blog post about
he only allowed
about
15.
Doug Sisk. Yeah, in 2010 he was.
Sorry, Jesse.
Say it again?
I was just saying he only allowed 15 home runs over 500 innings.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That's amazing.
For a reliever, that's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The specialist.
He seems like he was pretty damn good. Yeah. Yeah.
He had a 1-year stint with the Orioles and then a 2-year stint with the Braves after his Mets career. And that was it.
Yep.
Oh man, he was gonna be one of the replacement players in the 1995 season if the owners didn't settle the strike with the players union. The 37-year-old attended training camp with the Mets until the strike ended on March 28th.
Man.
Interesting.
Wow.
Here's
a little tidbit on him on the Wikipedia. This is not very good, but the Mets were in first place in the NL East, 4-point games up on the Cubs, 4.5 games up. Sisk entered the game in the 8th with the score tied at 3. He walked the first batter, uncorked a wild pitch before giving up 2 singles. He misplayed a bunt for an error before exiting the game to a booing Shea Stadium crowd. Shortly afterwards, he was placed on the disabled list. He was effective upon his return, 9 innings, 2 earned runs, but was by then a target of the Shea Stadium Boo Birds, despite ending the season with a 2.0 ERA.
Yeah, man. New York fans.
Wow. That just shows the brutality that is the modern game. Dang, I wish we had more on Doug Sisk. He's a local guy. He's actually between us right now as we speak. He could be sitting between us.
Yeah,
you're in Portland. I'm in Seattle.
Still,
Doug Sisk. You're in Tacoma.
He's in Renton currently. He works for. He's a representative for Unique Wine Company, a large wine importer and distributor based out of Renton, Washington.
There's a lot of Doug Sisks on Twitter, but
what did they sell?
None of them have a blue check.
I don't want which wines. Man, are we doc? Is this like a game where we dox people? Sorry. Wait.
This is all available on. This is all from Wikipedia.
Like, we're going deep in. They were like, man, I have his email right here. I'm not going to put it online, but that's crazy, man. The internet is a wild place. He's on the team Vanderburg since 2015. And, I got his email, Doug at Unique Wine Company.
We got to hit him up. We got to get him and Ron Kittle, man. I'm telling you.
Wow.
His only career run batted in came on June 11th, 1985. The Mets were already losing 16-0 in the second inning when Sisk entered the game. Batting in the third inning, Sisk grounded out to shortstop Steve Jeltz. Clint Hurdle scored from third for the Mets' first run. Sisk also pitched 2.1 scoreless innings that allowed the Mets to cut the deficit to 16-7. He was lifted for a pinch hitter promptly after the Phillies scored 10 more runs off Joe Sambito.
Oh my God.
26-7.
Holy crap. They don't score that many runs these days. I can't remember the last time I heard about a 26-run game.
Yeah, I think probably 15 or 16 is the most I've seen in the last 10 years.
They have a hearty list of wines, man. I couldn't name them all. There's a ton of wine here. They're not like a beer distributor.
It says it's like a large importer.
Yeah, they sell wine. Yes, and
No,
a
there's
lot
a
of these look like straight European wines. A lot of them have non-English names.
that is a sponsor you want to get with right there.
Yeah, Doug might be able to get us a few wine bottles, and we'll shout him out, Doug. Doug Sisk.
Shout out Doug Sisk. That's what's up.
Oh, that's a great picture too. Good form. Although his left arm looks a little misplaced in that picture. Like maybe he should tuck or like pull it back a little or something. But maybe that's the thinker form.
Are you calling out?
What am I talking about? What am
Annex?
I don't know how to pitch. I think the fastest I ever pitched a ball was like 45 miles an hour or something.
It's pretty good. You've seen that movie, like Little Big Leaguer or whatever, though, where he breaks his arm?
Oh, hell yeah.
He has perfect form.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's called Little Big Leaguer. It's called Major League. Or no, it's called
what is that movie?
I forgot. We'll think.
I gotta look it up.
All right. Brown Bear, who's next, man? Doug Sisk. We'll have to give Doug Sisk a shout out.
More?
Unique Wineries.
Rookie of the Year.
Of course. Yeah, let's do one more here. Again, Williman, thanks for being on the show. This is a Baseball Hippie show about baseball, psychedelia, denuclearization. We're in the near quarantine, picking one of my personal favorite segments. Brown Bear picks random cards from his baseball collection. And yeah, we got a season in T-minus 7 days. We are going to watch live action baseball. Hey, that's a Mariner.
Going up.
Whoa.
Bill Swift.
Bill Swift.
You know what?
Get on the research team. There's a lot of relievers. 100 years of baseball. Got to be a ton of relievers. Bill Swift.
Portland, Maine. University of Maine, South Portland High School.
I love the 86 pack because all these people are still very much alive, a lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of the players we read about are still alive. And, yeah. On December 22, 1999, USA Today named Swift as one of Maine's best athletes of the 20th century. Weird.
Yeah. He had some good years. What did he?
He's a starter though. Right or no?
I think so.
Swift. Sorry.
How fat? How?
Yeah, he was. There's one year he went in 1992 for the Giants. He went 10-4 with a 2.08 ERA. In the following year, he went 21-8 with a 2.82 ERA. He had some good seasons. Yeah,
that's amazing.
20-game winner.
That's incredible. That's like a Cy Young, near Cy Young level.
Yeah.
When they asked to swipe my card, I said Bill Swift.
Damn, dude, that's pretty heavy.
Gotcha. I like my card swiped fast. Yeah.
Bill Swift, Lee.
Bill Swift. Where? Oh, Bill Swift net worth. Whoa.
All right, Bill Swift.
The net worth of $10 million. Why they have him on CelebrityNetWorth.com, man? This guy made a fortune in baseball. He doesn't even work for a wine company. I think the starters get way more money.
He wasn't even in the
Bill
top
Swift,
5.
they got him at $10 million. 10 million, man. This guy must have been pretty good.
Yeah, except he got royally screwed when he. All right, wait a minute. 1992, 93, as I said, he went 21-8 with a 2.82 ERA for the Giants, and
That's pretty good.
he wasn't even in the top 5 of Cy Young voting that year.
Wow.
I think I found the real Bill Swift's Twitter account.
Ooh.
Really?
He's not blue checked, so I can't guarantee it. But
Okay, can you send it over though?
yeah. The first post is the most recent post is from September 7th, 2014, and it's a beautiful picture of a lake, and it says Greenville, Maine, on Moosehead Lake after a storm, and then he's talking about sports stuff and Fenway Park and all this stuff. So unless there's another baseball related Bill Swift from Maine, or this is like a really calculated attempt by somebody to like copy the real Bill Swift.
No, according to newscentermaine.com, Bill Swift may be Maine's best ever baseball player after leading UMaine to the College World Series 4 times. He pitched on the 1984 Olympic team and threw 6 shutout innings against Nicaragua in his only appearance in Los Angeles.
Check
There's
out
a whole
this picture.
article about that game.
Check out the picture I just put up in the Discogs. It's from Bill Swift's Twitter account.
Yo, can we throw that online? Can we throw that for our viewership?
I'm on it.
Shout out Bill. Bill Swift.
It's so funny.
We've got a Renton, Washington legend. It's
crazy. It's Portland, Maine.
one of the common things about.
There's always something.
Yeah, throw it up there. Throw it up there so our viewers can see. One of the common things I'm really getting from this segment is how everybody who makes it to the professional leagues in baseball, there's like a little bit of that hometown pride. Like every person we look up, you know, they're like, we go and look on them and they're like, oh yeah, best baseball player remain. You know, there's like a lot of where you're from. So I think it brings people much pride when people make it to the bigs.
Love Bill Swift, dude. Look at that tweet. It's so ridiculous.
Oh man, that is a meme. That, my friends, is a meme.
Like,
did he make that up?
Yeah,
did he find that?
He probably just likes looking at the radar check for Maine.
This is what people do with $10 million. They just
he hangs out in Maine, watches the Weather Channel, probably
upper echelon of boredom.
Probably drink some fancy whiskey or whatever, and he's like, "Damn, look at the titties on the Weather Channel, Jesus Christ!"
Man.
He calls his buddy Sisk.
Yeah,
he just he imports the fanciest wines that he can get.
Yeah,
and he just gets drunk and watches. He just get drunk and watch Weather Channel.
He plays.
They know each other.
And Sisk is from Renton, so
yeah. And he played for Seattle, so there's no reason why they wouldn't know each other.
It'd be so funny if they were like best friends now, like in old age. That's
hilarious.
It would be.
He had some. Had some great years, and he led the National League in ERA in 1992. He was drafted in the first round. He medaled in the Olympics.
Okay. He did. He was good in college, but wait, there's also a guy named Phil Swift. Phil Smith. No, Phil Swift is the inventor of Flex Seal. Is the co-creator of that stuff, Flex Seal. If you've ever seen this, like,
I've seen the meme.
Yeah, but he's also worth $10 million, which is weird, and I cannot tell if they're related, but I don't think they are. They just have.
How are these people getting $10 million? My first name is Will.
Again, I'm looking. Bill Swift. That could be your rap name.
Yeah, give me $10 million. I should have been a long snapper.
Yeah.
Kicker. Yeah.
He won a silver medal in the 1984 Olympics.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
That's dope. I mean, shout out to any.
He was a national ERA leader in.
It would just be
the
so
National
fun to
League
go
in
to the Olympics.
1992.
It's like an international party with like, I don't know, it's a bunch of like fit young people. You probably have a big fucking party, I imagine. Once everyone's done competing.
Yeah, man. I remember hearing about Atlanta. There were, and all the Olympics growing up there, all the athletes were like, yeah, it was just like a big party. It was dope.
Yes, this one.
Yeah. Here we go. This is the Elon Musk trick. This is Elon Musk. This is what he said. He said,
Okay, and then let's wrap it up with Elon Musk. Will, is this guy completely out of touch, man? I don't know if I want to say reverie. I'd never had reverie for him, but I like at least on the Joe Rogan thing. The one thing I took away is that he says I'm an engineer, and he taught that's his whole shtick is I'm not a business person, I'm an engineer, and I was sold on it. I thought the ideas of the new things that, and I kind of mentioned this last show, is like in order to invent the Tesla, you had to invent a new air conditioning because your air conditioning in cars works off the combustible engine. So they had to find a new way to do that. Not that they're the only person who has electric cars, but I don't know. I guess I gave him some credit, but then all this stuff comes out ever since we talked. He's an awful person is the vibe I'm getting. And that he even could be wrapped up in some heinous crimes, it looks like. So what is the deal?
yeah, man. I mean, I feel like the big issue with me and him is that I think his thing of saying like I'm an engineer or I'm an altruist, or if someone is telling you that there's something, they're projecting this thing that they are, and they're making this like concerted effort to tell you or someone that there's something, and they're worth $1 billion. Chances are they're not the thing they're telling you that they are, right? It's probably that they're, saying that for a specific reason. I kind of feel like Elon Musk, above all else, is an exploiter of people. Like he's really good at managing people and convincing people that like they're on the right path or whatever. Like that was the thing with Tesla when he was busting their union, the attempts to form a union at Tesla. He said like, oh yeah, like why are they so mad at me? I just gave them a froyo machine. You know what I mean? And it's like I think that like it's a problem with every rich person in history, but like the susceptibility of rich people these days to that ethos of like not understanding, like being out of touch or whatever, it's so prominent. I think because the gap between how much the rich people are actually worth now and how the rest of society is so huge. So like, they can't help but be ignorant to like what the people who were working for them are going through, and I don't think Elon Musk is the worst billionaire, but I think there are like that's not saying much, I guess, because like the best billionaire is probably worse than 99.9% of non-billionaires.
Yeah,
I think you're touching on something too, which is like we're watching this kind of like new money, like the new billionaires, the Zuckerbergs, the Musks, and I think what you're talking about is gonna show itself in the mainstream in the next couple of years. Also, I'll say he gives off some type of bro energy, I gotta say, which is like corporate vibes, like that he just.
I mean, he named his son or child partially, his most recent child, partially after a jet that was famous for spying on Russians during during the Cold War. Like whatever his and Grimes' daughter or son, whatever their name is, the unpronounceable X series of alphanumeric, whatever. Part of the string of that child's name is the model number of an experimental jet. And during the Joe Rogan interview, Joe Rogan's like, "Oh yeah, what's the name of your child? Like, how do you pronounce it?" And Elon Musk is like, "Oh, you don't pronounce it. It's just blah 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 blah." And he explains it, and part of it is the name of this jet. And when you see Elon Musk's face when he's describing, like, it's like gleeful. He's like describing something he's really into, you know, like, "Oh yeah, I really love reading about these like warplanes or whatever." So yeah, you're right. He's totally a bro. He's like absolutely a bro.
Yeah. It's like what I'm realizing as I get older too is not even parenthood makes you an adult. Weirdly, as you get into this age, you still be a grown ass child.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
have kids.
Parenthood for
It's
a
just the
billionaire is
truth.
a lot different than parenthood for like a working class person. Like,
Yeah.
like he has 6 children, I think, 5 or 6 children.
Whoa, I did not know that. I
Yeah.
thought this was
And he has talked about how, I mean, they're all from women who are estranged from him now, or like they were never married, you know, whatever. I mean, I'm not trying to like shame him or something, but like he has always been about his business, right? He like him being a father has never really been a priority. And I think there's certain situations in modern society where that's like, you know, like commonly accepted or whatever. Like if someone's like a politician or an athlete or these things, it's like, all right, well, I understand as your partner that you're going to be traveling or you're going to be indisposed because of your work. And I don't want to like say that it's somehow different for him, but like just the way he talks about it in that Joe Rogan interview, it's like really, I don't know, he gives himself away. I feel like he's like trying really hard to show everybody that he is a good dad and that he is there, you know? And it's like, you don't have to show anyone, like if you see someone showing and not, or like telling and not showing, that's the thing. It's like if you're telling someone like, "Oh yeah, I'm a good dad," but then like your actions dictate otherwise.
I have a celebrity that I just loathe, to be honest with you. I don't know if loathe is the right word, but he freaks me out. So I'm gonna throw it out there because I also think he will also be talked about in the next 10 years. Is Kanye. That dude is freaky to me.
They're homies.
Yeah, their vibe to me is similar in that like for Kanye to me he is self-serving in everything he does. So like when Trump became president, I was like, man, this guy doesn't seem like he cares about human rights really. But Kanye even more, like he talks a good game, but it's just like he just seems so out of touch to me at this point. Obviously I like his old music, but I legitimately fear his like gospel style, like that. He's just to me, he's playing the Trump playbook, but he has like things that Trump doesn't even have. Like he has friends and things and pop, and he's smarter, I guess you could argue, or he's like more talented or something, but he fucking freaks me out and he seems disingenuous. And I'm not trying to make
more
fun
money than Trump.
Yeah, you're actually
Trump is a billionaire according to Forbes. It blew my mind too. But
so bad, like I mean Kanye combined with Kim.
Kanye's sister-in-law is a billionaire.
Yeah, if you combine that entire family, they're definitely richer than Trump.
Oh yeah. No
But
question.
I think I would say, I mean, I'm basing this on absolutely nothing other than just me reading things in the media and my personal opinion of these people and what I've observed. But I feel like Kanye and Kim would have more like dispensable money than Trump would. Trump may have a bunch of shit tied up and shit, but like
I can see, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
my big problem with Trump and Kanye too is like, oh, I'm gonna run for president because I'm like I can do things that politicians can't do, and it's like, why don't you just run for governor first, or why don't you run for Senate? Not because like I don't think running for president's good, but it's like you obviously don't really care about the job. You just want the fucking title, and I think that's really what I'm seeing, which is like Trump is a horrible president. it's like he doesn't. I just think Kanye would also make a terrible president, not because he doesn't have good ideas or that he's cares about people even, which I don't think he does really, but more so that he just is a terrible policymaker would be my guess. Nor if you were like, why don't you just run for like, hey Tara, why don't you just run for like U.S. representative to Kanye? He'd be like, why? There's no sweat, like that. I'm not gonna go be second best rapper, and it's like, see, that's the problem with politics. Is like everybody. We need it all works as a system, like we need good leaders in every role, not just the president that we vote on every 4 years. So it seems all self-serving in the end to me, and that's just the vibe I get. And he just legitimately creeps me out.
I feel you, man.
That's just me, though.
No. You hit the nail on the head. I feel like it's a pretty clear connection between Elon and Kanye. I feel like they're like doing the same thing in different worlds or something. I wanted to kind of like bring it back full circle though, because I just thought of something crazy. Because you were talking about like, why don't you run for governor? And then I was thinking of Arnold Schwarzenegger because he ran for governor and won. And then I saw this video that was really funny because you remember at the beginning of the quarantine, like all the celebrities were singing "We Are the World" or whatever, like in the loop or what. It was like this viral video that no one liked. It was like this thing.
Yeah,
yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Tone deaf, completely tone deaf,
super tone deaf, like the worst thing ever. I saw this like someone hacked the video because Arnold Schwarzenegger has been posting these quarantine updates, and they're so amazing, dude. They're like him and his farm or whatever, and he like just hangs out outside in his home in California with like these like, I don't even know what they are. They're like I want to call them emus, but they're not. They're mammals. They're like alpacas. He's got like alpacas and like pigs and stuff. And he's like got this outdoor thing, and he's like always filming himself outdoor, and he's like look at this alpaca, this is my friend, and he's like got the camera on himself, and then he like moves it over to the alpaca. Anyway, someone like hacked a version of that "We Are the World," like celebrities singing it or whatever, to include Arnold Schwarzenegger, but instead of the lyrics like in the song as they're supposed to be sung, he's like, get up, get down with the sickness, get up, down with the sickness. And then like he like trails off and stops singing halfway in, and he's like, oh, look over there, there's a goat. There's a goat on my property. Oh, look at that. Isn't that funny? And then like it goes back to this other celebrity thing. It is like the funniest thing I've ever seen, and I can't. It's so there you go. He's such a G, dude. Yeah, see, I told you full circle.
Okay, here's some rules and regulations. We're like, I don't think celebrities should be allowed to run for public office.
It's not a bad
Well, what
rule.
about the guy from Disturbed? We got to get the guy from Disturbed.
Vote for that soul patch.
That's like comedy.
That's
not freedom. Yeah.
He's a Bernie supporter.
I say who?
Disturbed.
Joe Walsh. Oh, Disturbed.
Yeah, the Serb guy is Bernie.
Yeah.
We did some deep dives to make sure he wasn't a shitty person before we.
Yeah,
shit
I
on him.
was getting him confused with the Stained guy. Stained guy is a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
So,
We're Disturbed fans here, not
You
Stained.
would have to. I would be hard pressed. If you had a soul patch and were trying to get my vote, you would have to have some shining policy. Something, I don't know, man. It would be very hard. I know that.
What about if you were running for the mayor of Flavortown?
Oh shit.
Man, if you were a reliever on my baseball team and had a soul patch, you might be my favorite reliever. Now, if you were running for governor of the state I lived in, I probably wouldn't vote for you. And that sounds like I'm generalizing here. These are just, I'm just memeing out on that. I'm just saying vibes here. I'm not saying across the board. But wait, what was the question? Sorry.
Okay. I was just asking, like, what if you were running for the mayor of Flavortown? Because I feel like if you're running for the mayor of Flavortown, you kind of have to have a soul patch. It's right? Like,
man, it's funny you say that. Me and Brown Bear are in an Instagram group with 3 people that's like all Guy Fieri memes, actually. So like, there's a whole meme world with Guy Fieri. And my little brother, Fiery Fieri. There's my little brother is a huge drive-in, dives and dine-in drivers and whatever it's called.
Triple D.
My little brother loves that show, or used to, and he kind of put me on a little bit. And one thing we realized, I will take away from Guy Fieri, he never dislikes anything that's on his show. He's never once ate a hot dog and been like, nah, it's just all right. Like, every single thing he's ever eaten on his show, every place he's ever went, he's just like got a positive outlook on things. And it's just like, it's not really a food critique show. It's just to show you where all the good shit is. I guess it makes sense, but
I've grown to love him.
What's up?
I've grown to love
him. Yeah, yeah.
He's also like a good person if you look into it and like spends his money and time well.
Yeah, and I remember, it's funny because like my negative impression of him was when he like reviewed Darby's when Darby's was still around in Olympia.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I love Darby. I mean, Darby's was dope. And he was like, "Yeah, this place is great." Blah blah blah. And then there was like all these people who were like, "Don't believe the hype, man. Like this guy's just a corporate shill or whatever." And I was like. That was like when things was. I was like, I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore because like, this seems pretty innocuous. Like it seems like he's just like shouting you out. Like he's just like, yeah, I like Darby. It's good.
Surprised he doesn't have a festival named after him. Yeah, he's lovable. I gotta say, I don't want to get too morbid, but one endearing quality of him too is when he talks about how much. What's his name? The guy who also does food reservations.
Bourdain.
Yeah, Bourdain, and not to get too more. It's his story is extremely sad in his life, but he didn't like Fieri, and he would just take shots at him every once in a while. And Guy Fieri like has all these quotes out like, "I don't know why he doesn't like me. Like I never did anything to like piss him off." Like it's just that he ate at Guy Fieri's restaurant once and was just like convinced it was the worst of everything American cuisine had to offer and like corporate.
You know what's so funny? You know what's so funny to me about that? Like I could see his point of view completely at a certain time in my life. But right now, at this moment, I'm like, I think if Bourdain was alive now, he'd say the same thing. But it's like, I think Fieri's genius is that he's showing the actual best in American cuisine. And it's kind of weird because you're like, you're like, oh fuck, like it's so gross and fried and like, it's so lowbrow or whatever and not interesting. But it's like, yeah, that's what America is, dude. Like, that's what we are. Like, welcome to America. Like, this is Guy Fieri knows. Like, he actually knows. You know what I mean? Like, and like Bourdain, I think had like, and we all had more optimistic views of what America was back then. But Fieri knew the whole time. He was like, yeah, this is the best part of America. Like, this is literally the best part of America.
Flavortown just got a whole lot darker.
Yeah. I think when you drive, Fury makes $8 million a year. By the way, if we're just looking up incomes, I'm just doxing out here. But anyway, I'm pretty sure I was driving on the 101 on a car road trip down a beautiful road in Northern California, and on the left it said Guy Fieri Road, and I'm pretty sure he has like a ranch out there.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
So yeah, Guy Fieri's out there. I agree totally with what you're saying, and I actually will go even farther in that. I watch this show. I'm a vegetarian. I watch a show called The Burger Show sometimes, and it's just mad intriguing. Anybody out there, it's kind of like driving diners, drive-in, and ditches or whatever. But it's guy George Motz, dude. George Motz. He's like a burger scientist, and there's like this kid who's like, oh, I do the burger show, and then he met this guy who wrote this book, and the guy takes him there, and he's like, I've tried over 10,000 burgers. I know all the colloquial burgers. He knows the history of the hamburger and cheeseburger, and like he takes you on the journey. In New Jersey, the first hamburger is at a bar with white bread is the bun. And these are supposed to be the first hamburger. And then there's like this place in Texas, like the Smash Burger is literally a garden trowel, I found out from his show. The Juicy Lucy from Minnesota is like 2 patties with cheese inside, and they have to poke it with a toothpick because once the starts cooking, the cheese will blow up on the griddle. So they have to like let air in. But this burger place in Texas was like, they just went to the middle of nowhere, and just you could just tell it was just the fire. And
damn,
I don't
got a vegetarian talking
eat
about
cheeseburgers more. But
dude, I'm
gonna say this right now. I'll eat a veggie burger until cows come home. But I'll eat a veggie burger. It's how you dress it is a big thing. What cheese you use. And then second thing is, man, just because I don't eat cheeseburgers doesn't mean I'm not going to admit that America and cheeseburgers are connected like that. To me, cheeseburger is apple pie. Like, it's not as American as apple pie. It's American as cheeseburger. That is the most American thing I can think of, to be honest with you, is a cheeseburger. And baseball, maybe. Those are the 2 things that America, I could say, gets down with more than any other country. But maybe not. Maybe not.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
I can't think of any country that fucks with our cheeseburgers.
I'm going to say this, too. When I traveled in Mexico, hamburguesa con queso, I used to eat meat back then. Every once in a while, I'd be like, oh, I'll try a cheeseburger at this little taco place. You know what I'm saying? Like, flame, because they got the flat top to make a great or a griddle, but they have all the stuff there, and I was just honestly always impressed to get a bomb hamburger at a Mexican joint. It's out there. People in LA know it's there, and actually LA, that's the whole thing. When I was down there last, I guess cheeseburgers are huge there anyways.
I had a chimichanga with asada, and the place where I got it is down the street from me. It's this place called El Coyote, and they have the bombest asada fries. It's like, but it's kind of like more like hamburger style.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cross between like what you would get like typical asada, like strip asada, and hamburger. Kind of like more crumbly, but the crumbles are bigger.
Yeah.
But it's so good. It's delicious. Absolutely delicious. I just wanted to shout out you saying diners, drive-ins, and ditches earlier.
That was fucking hilarious.
I think it was a Freudian slip or something, but it was like
diners, dives, and he doesn't go to the dives though, man. Like, yeah, he goes to the ditch spots. The dives are more for like Insomniac. That David Tell.
David
You
Tell,
gotta bring that show back, man.
That
That show was so
good.
sick.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
and what I like about I like Bourdain's show a lot, but I also like driving diners and dives or whatever. But for completely different reasons, and for like a whole different set of brain chemistry. You know, like Bourdain's like pseudo poetry and his just take on things were just, and that he doesn't have to like everything or like everybody, and that he doesn't even really care about the food. It's more about the place and the people. As in, Fieri is just like, let's get to the kitchen, make me a thing. I'm gonna tell like how much of Flavor Town we're going into. And, like, you can only tell how much he likes it by how like which adjectives come out, because he's always gonna like it. It's just how much he likes it. Sometimes he loves it, and sometimes he's just like, yeah, Flavor Town, man, this is Flavor Town, cool, let's keep going. You know, but other times he's like, we have hit the queso and we're pulling a right to the, you know, he's got his whole. I'll look him up right now. Fieriisms.
Yeah, just real quick on the Kardashian Wests versus Trump. It looks like Kanye is 1.3 billion and Kim is 900 million, and Donald Trump is 2.1 billion. So I think that means they're 2.2 billion put together. So they'd be 0.1 billion more expensive or more rich than Donald Trump.
Yeah, slight edge to the Cardi Wests. I feel like if you included their extended family, they would be way bigger than the Trumps. If you included the Trump extended family, because
I agree as well.
Yeah, because what is the Kardashian sister?
Jenners, Kylie, Kendall.
Kylie. Oh, yeah, Kylie. One of them is worth $1 billion on her own.
I think it's Kylie.
Yeah, because she did like the swimsuits and the whatever advertising. I forget what she did.
Yeah.
All right, this is the type of stuff you learn here on the Baseball Hippie Show. We're going over all facets of the internet. How much Kylie Jenner's worth? How much we're going net worth battles here. But real quick, we're gonna go over some of Guy Fieri's most famous quotes. And I apologize if I offend anybody. I think he gets away with it because he's Italian descent. But some of these are really funny, and I'm not gonna read it. You know, these are his words. I just want people to know that, okay? But they are pretty funny. One of them being that they make a porchetta that you won't forget. He also says, you know what? Here's another quote. Peace, love, and taco grease. Another quote. You know what? It might be a mound of oil-logged Pillsbury Crescent dough, but it's bomb.com tasty, amigo.
Wow.
He also says off the chain a ton. His seafood is so his seafood is so fresh it'll slap you. I can't play the guitar, but I can play the griddle. That's a Guy Fieri. I could put this on a flip-flop and it would taste good. Dude, I've been stricken by chicken.
Stricken by chicken.
That deep fryer looks like the community pool in Flavor Town. He really said that.
Dude.
Woo. We're taking you on a road rocket trip down to Flavor Town where the gravitational force of bacon warps the laws of space and time. Guy Fieri, one of the American greats. If he ran for any type of public office. I wouldn't vote for him, but I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. Least.
Oh man, he's gonna be
Wow.
like he's like, what's the guy who climbed all the mountains in California? Muir.
Sounds right.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about?
Yep.
Like the old timey guy, Muir.
Yeah. Famous mountaineer guy. Yeah.
Yeah, John Muir. I feel like Guy Fieri
John
is our generation, or like our last 50 years. John Muir. He's
In
like,
that, he laid the foundation of he's going to the places.
I mean, yeah.
Real quick before we leave though, let's go over the Guy Fieri spots in Portland and in Seattle real quick. The places he's gone to on his show. And then anything else you guys want to talk to. But yeah, I got an article right here, 27 Oregon restaurants visited by Guy Fieri. But yeah, let's close the show out, and next week we got baseball just around the corner. Again, this is Baseball Hippie Show for anybody watching. Show about baseball, psychedelia, and diners, drive-ins, and ditches. And denuclearization. The 4 Ds. The quadruple D, as we call it. Diners, drive-ins, and dives, and denuclearization. Although Guy Fieri could work for the industrial military complex, nothing about him would surprise me.
Well,
he could be the nicest guy in the world. He could be an awful person. Neither one would surprise me.
He kind of has that Dolly Parton mojo.
Yes.
Where
he is definitely, yeah.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
But I love Dolly Parton. I mean, I unconditionally love Dolly Parton, and it's the relationship with Guy Fieri is getting there. He needs to have like a 9 to 5 moment. But he's not he's not particularly talented, really. Dolly Parton, of course, is incredibly talented, but
I don't know. I've never eaten Guy's food. He might be a revelation.
That's
he's been
true.
to a bunch of places in Eugene. He went to Patna's, and he went to Matt's Barbecue, and he went to the Gin Shed.
Yeah.
He went to Frank's Noodle House, and he went to 671. I've never heard of that.
He went to Bunk Bar. He went to P's and Q's.
Pine State Biscuit, of course.
Do you guys ever go to P's and Q's?
No, is it good? He went to Pock Pock.
P's and Q's is dope.
What is
best brisket I've ever had.
Okay, yeah, he's a big barbecue guy.
Yeah, he would fall in love with P's and Q's.
Word.
Yeah.
I'm not like a big meat person, honestly, but
is there anything more? Yeah.
Nah, man. I'm
gonna look up. Yeah. Well, Guy Fieri, man. Shout out Rob Fisk. Shout out Williman for giving us a history of memes and meme culture. You guys, always nice talking. Williman, we're gonna get you back on the show.
Love you guys.
We're gonna talk more. Maybe halfway through the baseball and basketball. Well, halfway through the baseball season into the basketball playoffs, we'll get you talking some basketball. We didn't get to your NBA 2K team, the Seattle Weed Dogs. Am I getting that correct?
That's right.
So yeah, we'll talk about the Seattle Weed Dogs, and maybe we'll go into some of your history of being a professional paintballer.
It's so perfect. Oh man, Will, thank you so much for joining us. That was
Yeah,
really
dude.
fun,
My
dude.
pleasure. Yeah, thanks for having me. It was great.
No problem, man. We'll catch you later.
All right, man. Take care.
Peace.